It's crazy as hell to be working at your job for 5 years and you can't put your hands on $1,000. It's even more crazy to be at the same job for 10 years and you can't put your hands on $5,000. Something is seriously wrong with your spending habits if you run it through your paychecks all fucking year. You should be able to at least save a little bit of something. There should be no way in hell that you spending everything you got coming in your paycheck just because it's coming in. Stop spending your money on dumb shit. What if an emergency happens? You ain't got the money because you always blowing money fast. You running through that shit every time you get a chance to. Stop wasting your money on dumb.
Yo, what up, YouTube? Welcome to Sinn-Take, man. My name is Jason, coming back with another one. Man, listen, man, y'all see that sun in the backdrop? Y'all see it, man. I mean, we getting through the day, we making way, and we don't play. So hopefully y'all having yourselves a good day, a good Friday thus far, man. Yeah, man, just wanted to come out here, holler at y'all real quick, give y'all a quick message, man, because listen, bro, it's a lot going on in the world, it's a lot going on in the government and stuff like that, and I just want to say, now is the time to start living within your means, now is the time to stop following trends. Now is the time to stop spending recklessly, stop trying to keep up with the Joneses. Now is the time to tighten up, on your finances and be responsible. You know what I'm saying? What the heck was that? That hurt too. But yeah, man, for real, man. We see what's going on. We see everything getting more and more expensive. We're hearing the talks about going, transitioning, from cash to all digital currency. You hearing this stuff, and it's gonna happen at some point. So the last thing you want to do is be caught off guard and stuff, when all of this stuff is going on. You was too busy just being distracted. You was too busy trying to, keep up with this person, that person, this rapper, that rapper, this entertainer, that entertainer, and stuff like that, And a lot of times, bro, that's what they try to do. That's what they want to do. That's why on social media, bro, it ain't even social media no more. It's more so shopping apps, trying to get you to buy shoes, trying to get you to buy clothes, trying to get you to buy food, all types of stuff. And I done been suckered into it, I'm guilty. I'm notorious for putting stuff in the carts and, just leaving the cart, not even getting it, because then I come to my senses like, what am I doing? I don't need another pair of shoes. I don't need another pair of pants. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, bruh, that's what they want to do, man. They just want you out here spending recklessly, so you could end up down bad and needing them. That's what the Matrix wants you to do. They want you to need them and lean on them, only for them to give you the shaft, meaning just, not take care of you. They ain't gonna do it. They're gonna have you down bad or make you jump through all types of loops and hoops so they can have more control over you. That's the ultimate thing they want, is control over you. So, when you saving money, when you, not spending so recklessly, when you investing and doing the right things, then guess what, bro? That loosen up those chains. You know what I'm saying? That take away the control from them. You know what I'm saying? Because you got a level of freedom with what you doing. You know what I mean? And what you stacking and saving up for. You're not leaning on, your credit cards. You're not leaning on, your job like that. You're not leaning on the government at all, because you're doing the right things. You know what I'm saying? With your finances. So that's all I want to tell y'all, man, is just tighten up. Live within your means. Don't live above your means. Because listen, when you do that, and man, you're going further away from the dream. Some of y'all want a house right now. You see the housing market all messed up, way too expensive. Some of y'all want, or need a new whip. Some of y'all, you know what I'm saying? Like you have things that you know that you want and that you need, but you know it's becoming harder to achieve. So the best thing that you could do right now is just stack up, you know, is keep working, is be wiser, you know, and come up out of that world, because again, that's what it boils down to, bruh. You know, and guess what, man? When you investing more of your time into the world where they want you, you know, shopping all the time, where they want you always eating out, where they want you drinking, you know, and becoming addicted to all of this stuff that's out here. Listen, it's just gonna trap you. You know, the world is gonna trap you in it. So you gotta know how to move out here in this world. You know, that's why investing is important. You know, I try to do what I can through, you know, the Acorns app and stuff like that. I'm doing my investigating and stuff like that. But, you know, at the end of the day, stack your bread. You know what I mean? Put it in the savings account. You know, put some cash off to the side. Do all that. I must. That's a must for me, because I don't know. You know, it's always something. You never know when the emergency is gonna happen. You know, and it's a lot of people that's one emergency away from where their whole world can crumble. You know, if the slightest thing happened, the flat tire, you know, engine get messed up, injury. You know, you never know what could happen, man. That could just, you know, send your whole world crumbling down. So you kind of got to prepare for rainy days, man, because they do happen. I don't care what y'all think. I don't care what season we in. Rainy days do happen. So we got to do what the Most High tell us to do, and that's be prepared. You know, Yahushua tell us in Matthew 6:33, but seek ye first the kingdom of Yahuwah and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. And that's facts. You know, when you doing the things that you're supposed to do, when you're on the path of righteousness, you know, when you in obedience, you know, when you doing the Most High's will, he always gonna take care of you. Always gonna take care of you. But that doesn't mean that he wants you out here moving like a goofy either. You know what I'm saying? He wants you to discern the times. And when you discern the times, you know what I'm saying? When you worshiping in spirit and in truth, you're going to see what's going on, and you're going to prepare yourself. You're going to prepare your house. You're going to prepare your spirit. You're going to prepare your mind. You know what I'm saying? You're going to do all of those things. You're going to be, I ain't just talking about money prep. You have to prepare yourself for everything. You know what I'm saying? Because you see what's happening with these people. It's fights going on all over the place. People crashing out all over the place. Demons all over the place. Violence all over the place. Listen, contention and strife all over the place, man. Listen, bro, you literally have to prepare yourself in all facets. You know, not just finances, but guess what? You know, when you stacking and got stuff set to the side, you know, it brings more peace to you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know, when you're doing the right things and you got the Most High in your life and you on this walk with Yahushua, yeah, you gonna have peace. You know, but that peace is also gonna come from you being prepared. You know what I'm saying? Not scared. The peace comes from you being prepared. You know, you're not worried about dying. You know what I'm saying? You're not worried about the next person, what's going on in their house. You're not worried about none of the things of this world because you have prepared yourself. You know what I'm saying? You have prepared yourself spiritually. You have prepared yourself mentally. You have prepared yourself emotionally. You have prepared yourself physically. You know, you have prepared yourself financially, you know, for whatever it is to come. You know, you got to understand, bro, when it comes to your job, when it comes to the baruchs that the Most High give you, it was all provided by him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, your job was provided. You got that job because of the Most High. Because guess what? If he didn't breathe life into you, you know, if you didn't have eyes to see, ears to hear, if you didn't have mobility, you wouldn't be able to get no money. You wouldn't be able to do nothing. So everything that you have is provided by the Most High, and he don't want you to trick it. You know what I'm saying? He don't want you off in this world just spending all crazy and keeping up, with this person, that person, and making all of these things your idol. You know what I'm saying? Just, all caught up in vain things. He don't want you vain out here. He don't want you getting caught up in vanity, because it's just a matter of time where you let those things, just you start putting those things above him. You know what I'm saying? It happens all the time. You see it in entertainment. So why are you chasing after what these rappers is doing? With their jewelry and their clothes and all that stuff. That's all they talk about. You ain't gonna hear them talking about Yah. You're not gonna hear them talking about Yahusha. You're not gonna hear them talking about the Ruach or the Word or none of that. They gonna be talking about these hoes they idolizing. They gonna be talking about them clothes they idolizing. They gonna be talking about that jewelry they idolizing. They gonna be talking about them cars they idolizing. All of that stuff, bruh. You know what I mean? So it's just like, bruh, that ain't gonna cut it. When things start hitting the fan, because a lot of them cats is broke anyways, all of it is just a show. Listen, they're gonna be the main ones wilding out. The ones that just lean solely on money and vain things of this world, them gonna be the ones wilding out, because they ain't gonna know what to do without it, because they don't have the Most High. They don't have the Ruach. They don't have Yahusha. They don't have the wisdom. So guess what? Because they put it all into this world. They put it all into those vain things, and they didn't prepare for nothing. They didn't prepare for nothing. They just thought that they was going to have what they have forever until it all come crashing down. So listen, that's why I tell y'all, a lot of y'all cats, man, y'all richer than some of these people that y'all see with these cars and all of that. Y'all more richer than some of these people y'all seeing on TV or playing these sports and all of that stuff. You know why? Because you storing your riches up in heaven. You know that this world is gonna die away. You know that heaven is gonna come down, and you wanna be around. You know that heaven is gonna come down, and that's gonna be the new world, and you wanna be around. So what you doing? You staying obedient. What you doing? You spreading love. You doing charity. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bruh, you on this righteous path. You going through the fire. You learning. Because you ain't trying to be burning. But what most of these people doing, bro? They sowing into this world, man. So, at the end of the day, bro, we just gotta prepare ourselves for everything, man. Prepare yourself for everything. Tighten up, because all that spending and stuff is just on BS anyways. All that going out to eat is just BS anyways. You can eat like a king just shopping at the store and getting as much as you want, and you still paying less than what you would be paying at them restaurants. So, at the end of the day, man, just tighten up. Just tighten up on everything. We don't need most of the stuff that we be spending money on anyways. We don't be needing it. We be having 2 and 3 of the things that we continue to buy. So listen, man, let's get right, man. Let's get smart. Let's get wiser and move forward, all right? And that's my word, man. My name's Sinn, the Sinn-Take. Holla at y'all later, man. Peace.